Alright, what up YouTube? Well, today we're gonna do a little bit of a different video. I need to talk about this fence. As you can see, I just had redone. Now, if you notice, I got a house here and I got a different neighbor over there. Now, when I went to get quotes about getting this fence redone, I knew I was gonna have to deal with this neighbor and the neighbor over there, because my yard is the size of 2 yards. That's kind of awesome, and what sucks when you need to replace the fence though. So what I did was I tried to get a hold of him. I left him some letters, because what I did was I got a couple of estimates. My son's over there cleaning the pool. What a great guy he is. So anyways, I got some estimates, and to get it done, of course, it's pretty pricey. And I thought, well, this, if I can get half, this neighbor to go halves and this neighbor to go halves, that'd be great. Save me some money. And because the fence had been falling down, and I had actually, let me throw this in there real quick too. So I had bought these, and these are pretty pricey, but to just temporarily support the fence, and then it got to the point where it was just all falling. That's why I wanted to get it done. So anyway, I was having issues contacting these neighbors. One of them's a renter, and the other one, they're like never home. And so my wife ended up coming out with or going to the city and asking, actually, I'm sorry, she went to the county tax assessor's office and then she said, she asked them about if she could find out who these properties belong to, so she can get a hold of them for the fence. And then she went down to the city, and the city explained to her that there is this right here, and I'll read it. Actually, let me get away from this air conditioner right here. It's pretty hot today. So it's called the Assembly. I'm not sure if you guys can see this or not, but I'll read it. So it's the Assembly Bill number 1404, Chapter 86. And basically it says, this bill would instead require adjoining landowners to share equally, with certain exceptions, the responsibility for maintaining the boundaries and monuments between them. The bill would establish a rebuttable presumption that adjoining landowners share an equal benefit from a fence dividing their properties, and absent a written agreement to the contrary, are equally responsible for the reasonable cost for the fences as specified. And then it goes on to say, this act shall be known and may be cited as the Good Neighbor Fence Act of 2013. Okay, now I read that kind of quick. So basically what that's saying is that your neighbor and your neighbor are responsible for the fences, between your properties. So what we did was we ended up sending that letter to them, and they finally got back in contact with me, and lo and behold, everything went great. It wasn't no argument, nothing like that. They were good neighbors. So we got the fence replaced. So basically I had to have the cost of the entire one side of the fence, and then they individually had their own cost of whatever the footage is. It was divided. The contractor divided it up and then billed them accordingly. So, and everybody was billed individually. They got their own receipt, and so the contractor was really good about that. Matter of fact, let me just give a shout out to, it was Spence Fence out of Visalia, California. They came out and did it. They did a really good job. As you can see down at the bottom down there, it has the metal stakes just like these, and then they even covered them up with some planks right there, because I'm going to do some finishing work right here. You can see we've been moving some dirt and doing a bunch of other stuff. But yeah, so anyways, if you plan on having to replace a fence and you have a neighbor, obviously this is in California, but there may be something in your state or county or whatever, some kind of ordinance or something that can assist you. And of course my dog wants to play ball right now, and they can assist you with this. But anyways, it's called the Good Neighbor Fence Act, and here in California, hey, it helps everybody to understand that they are responsible, and it is a shared cost to get a fence replaced. So anyways, I just want to throw this in, because I noticed, especially my wife, she's been talking to a lot of people, and they did not even know this thing existed. And a lot of neighbors, they're not so cooperative as mine are. So, maybe this will help you out. I did want to talk about this though. Fences is expensive. Let me tell you something. It was not cheap to replace this fence, especially in today's world, 2023. But I do want to talk about this. So this fence had blown over last year. So you basically, all of these 4x4s were rotted out, and the fence, it got really windy one day and the fence just blew over. So, if you're a homeowner, and I didn't know what the heck I was doing, and this actually happened on that fence before, and I kind of figured it out little by little, and but I ended up doing it on this. This is the last one I did, and as you can see, what I did was I just dug down. I removed a little bit of concrete down there because the 4x4 is broken. I removed it, I put this down there, I concreted this stake in, I leveled it, and then I just screwed this to the 4x4. You can see the screws there. So I just screwed, so I picked the fence back up and I screwed it to these stakes after they had set. So I did each individual 4x4, and this has been able to, well, this was last year, so this has helped me to save some money where I didn't have to just replace this fence right away. So, I just figured I'd throw this in there at the end. I'm just a homeowner, doesn't really know what he's doing. I'm not a fence builder, I'm not nothing, but this actually worked out really well, and it's, I figured I could still get quite a few more years out of this fence without having to replace it. So, and actually I think I'm gonna give some of those stakes to my neighbor over there, so maybe he can reinforce his fence. But this is the life of being a homeowner, so like I said, hopefully this information can help somebody out, whether maintaining your original fence and keeping it going for a couple of years, or maybe you have to get it replaced and have your neighbors over there. Look at my son, hard working. Anyways, what's up, son? Hey, you're on YouTube. Anyways, all right, guys, signing off. Have a wonderful day. Peace.